His own behavior all pointed to him as the prime suspect. At the time of his arrest, Jenkins was not just facing charges for the 4 murders, but also an unrelated charge for terroristic threats, further complicating the case. Authorities had already begun connecting the dots, but Jenkins's behavior added an even darker layer to the investigation. He was no stranger to violent threats. Throughout his life, Jenkins had made repeated threats against people, including family members, and had a history of erratic, violent outbursts. Upon his arrest, Jenkins's statements further unsettled investigators. He spoke of receiving orders from Apophis, an ancient Egyptian god of chaos and destruction, claiming that he had been chosen by this deity to commit the murders. Jenkins's disturbing references to Apophis were not just random rants, but an apparent part of his delusions and mental health struggles, which he later claimed were a driving force behind the killings. Jenkins was examined by psychiatrists who initially diagnosed him with a variety of mental health disorders, including schizophrenia. However, as the case progressed, questions arose about the authenticity of his claims. He eventually tried to use his mental health as a defense for his actions, but his diagnosis and behavior were contested. A psychiatrist later concluded that Jenkins was not psychotic, but had antisocial personality disorder, meaning he was capable of understanding the consequences of his actions. As authorities delved deeper into Jenkins' background, they uncovered a long history of violence and mental health struggles that had plagued him since childhood. Growing up, Jenkins had exhibited troubling behavior, including incidents of aggression and violence. His early interactions with the criminal justice system began when he was a teenager, and over the years, his crimes escalated. Jenkins had been incarcerated multiple times, but each time his release seemed to result in further chaos, setting the stage for his killing spree in August of 2013. In the aftermath of his arrest, Jenkins initially expressed a desire to plead guilty to all the charges, but his disturbing letters and claims continued to complicate the case. He wrote numerous letters to the media, prosecutors, and even a judge, declaring his willingness to accept responsibility for the murders and protect Apophis's kingdom. These letters, filled with bizarre and incoherent ramblings, further revealed the depths of his delusions. Despite his erratic behavior and claims, the case against Jenkins remained strong. The investigation revealed more damning evidence that pointed directly to him, including phone records, witness statements, and forensic evidence. Jenkins's violent history and troubling mindset